Hello, everybody. Welcome to Zeus Angel Mystic Tarot. And today I am going to be taking questions for subscribers, one card pull at the end of the reading. And we're doing all relationship types. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. Either way, okay, we're going to start with X or people that you're on a break with. We'll go to situationships, committed or married, single, LGBTQ, and then open and poly relationships. In that order, I've got my little list here. And then I will have the timestamps up after the live. And once I'm done with the relationship types, that's when I'll do the one card pull for subscribers. Okay. Good morning, y'all. And let's get into it. So first, we're going to do those of you who are interested in an ex or someone that you're on a break with. So let's see. All right. So for those of you who are curious how an ex is doing or how an ex is feeling, or somebody that you're on a break with, let's see. All right. So the overall vibes for those who are interested in an ex, how are you all feeling? Oh my gosh. Listen, we're still in the year of the snake, you guys. 2026 hasn't started yet. And this Knight of Swords energy has been coming out for a lot of the signs. So there's this sense of being on guard. And there's also this sense of the Knight of Swords is a warrior. There's this sense of fighting. Okay. Why the Knight of Swords? For how the collective is feeling about an ex or someone they're on a break with. Yeah, I'm telling you. Okay. These two people, the Queen of Swords, they both have weapons in their hand. I don't want to talk about that. But what that means is that you're just upset. Okay. A lot of you guys are super triggered and upset. And it could have been a messy argument, or what's the blockage here? And we'll see how the other person feels. You could be an air sign. They could be an air sign. We have Aquarius. Page of Wands. So the blockage was communication. Okay, give me another card of the blockage. Page of Wands reversed. Poor communication, lack of communication, Ten of Cups in reverse. It's like there wasn't a happy ending here. Some of you guys could have been dealing with someone who came from a very chaotic upbringing. Okay, how does the other person feel? How does the other person feel? King of Pentacles. Okay, this person is really focusing on their material wealth. Give me another card on how this person feels. The Fool. Okay, so this person is going after something. They're pursuing something. What's the outcome here for these two? All right. So we have the Five of Swords and the Queen of Wands. I feel like that there is still this sense of like petty rivalry with this ex person or the person that you're on a break with. The outcome here, I don't know. It's like there's this sense of I'm not backing down. Okay. We have the slaughter of the green men. Did Argon, the destroyer, go too far? There's this sense of I feel like, the fighting, the disagreements, the petty rivalry has gone too far. And it's almost like this sense of seeing somebody as maybe a little selfish, okay, because we have the Fool here. And that to me is just somebody who's going after something else. Okay. I sometimes see the Fool as someone who's ready for something new, ready for something fresh, especially if this is, if you're thinking about an ex or if you're on a break with someone because there was no communication or there was really crappy communication. It's like, I don't want to play games anymore. But there's also this like, I'm developing confidence to know that potentially I don't want to deal with this energy. Okay. The Five of Swords energy. I get it. I mean, this is games. This is manipulation. This is getting your digs in. This is pettiness. The Five of Swords is like, yeah, I won that argument, but at the cost of I'm probably never going to talk to them again, right? Because there's almost like this wall between you and this person because it's just like I'm not going to back down. I'm not going to back down from this hill that I've climbed onto. So there's nowhere left to go but gone, right? Okay. Hi. All right, let's see what the advice is here. I'm just getting that there was so much fighting that it's almost like it's not worth it to open that can of worms again. Or yeah, I told you the collective is so done with the ex. The collective is holding on to their energy. The Four of Pentacles. Um, it's it's like this tick for tat kind of energy. And the more that you get this nasty energy, the more you're like, I'm not giving to that. Nope. I am not backing down. All right. I don't know. So yeah, I feel like if this is about an ex for a lot of you guys or someone that you're on a break with, I don't feel like either of you guys are giving in to this Four of Pentacles, and that's in your advice. So this is about just not giving in to something here. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups, because I feel like you're entertaining other options. And a lot of you guys, the Ten of Pentacles is your reputation. It's your reputation. It's your legacy. And the Seven of Pentacles is the seven is the card of the number of the mystic. So I feel like a lot of you guys are becoming more intuitive and more aware. It's like, how would it look if I went back to my ex? My family wouldn't like it. My friends wouldn't like it. You know what I mean? I'd be embarrassed. There's other things out there for me. Okay, I'm putting my energy back into my legacy. That's kind of what I'm picking up on here. Hey guys, you're done? Yeah. Well, this is the X reading, okay? So I feel like you're exploring other options. And the Ten of Pentacles is like, really, I just have a reputation to uphold. And I know better. I know that I have other things to do than to waste my time arguing with someone who doesn't know how to communicate, who can't return my calls or my messages, who's maybe really immature, right? Who has to have the last word. No, I'm good. I'm done with that. Okay. So I feel like there's this empowerment coming in, like knowing your worth and really just not wanting to give in to the temptation to fight with someone just to fight. It's like I'm fighting just to fight. All right. Um, anything else for those dealing with an ex or yeah, I'm there's a recognition, like you're recognizing with the Four of Cups here that you were just not fulfilled anyway. You could have Moon in Cancer, the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is also Buddha sitting under the tree. Like, is that all there is? Because if this person doesn't have anything else to give me, what am I still doing here? And it's almost like I feel like a lot of you guys, if you're talking to this person, even if you aren't, there's this sense of just gonna reject it. I'm rejecting this. I reject it at all costs because I'm not happy. And there's more out there for me. I really, with the Seven of Cups, 100%, there's more out there for me. There's something better out there for me. That's kind of what I'm hearing. Okay. So yeah, I just feel like you're having a realization. Some of you guys could even be like just ignoring an individual. Like if they come around, if they message you, or if they're trying to get your attention, whatever they're doing, there's a sense of ignoring it and putting your focus elsewhere. So that's what I'm getting for the X reading. Let's get their hidden feelings for you. Hey, in the chat, you're hanging out your reputation. Oh, yeah. Guys, you got to think about your legacy. You got to think about your future. And yep, see, uncertain. I don't know what I want. That's why you're confused. So some of you, I feel like this person really didn't know what they wanted. And, that's probably why the communication lacked. Lust-based connection. And then we have new love. Yeah, a lot of you guys are exploring new love, seeing what's out there and just letting the ex be, because maybe you're realizing that it was just lust-based or, that this person wasn't ready. They were not ready for a commitment. Okay, let's get a motivation message. Oh, that one's blank. Wow. Hello. Your thoughts don't control the outcome. Your patterns and actions do. 100%. You guys control the outcome, not your thoughts. Okay, so for the ex or the person that you're on a break with, I just feel like you guys are ready for something new, for something better. You don't want to fight anymore. It just kind of sounded like you guys are fighting or at odds a lot. So, all right, moving on, you guys. Actually, I'll get an oracle card for you. And then we'll move on to those of you who are committed. And if you aren't committed, this will be whoever you could be committed to in the future. Okay, so let's get, here's wide open. So for those of you dealing with an ex or someone that you're on a break with, or if you're still thinking about them, there's just this sense of being fully aware of the situation and putting your ear to the ground, holding out for something better. Also, this is the fox. I feel like some of you could realize that there was a lot of calculated manipulation and you're fully aware. It's like, I'm not confused anymore. I'm fully aware of this person's intentions and I don't like it. All right. So committed, those of you who are committed or are looking for a commitment, let's get into it. And I will put the timestamps up later. And yes, I am going to be doing questions at the very end. One card for subscribers. Hello, hello. All right. So those of you committed, married, or wanting a commitment, what's the energy of the vibe? 10 of Pentacles. We're getting the 10 of Pentacles a lot, you guys. So I feel like the collective is fully thinking about what will support them, thinking about your legacy. You could be holding hands more. I feel like you're planning roots, okay? Some of you could be thinking about an inheritance or what you're going to leave. Once again, this is about your reputation. This is about what you're going to leave behind. And you're thinking about if this person is going to support you for the long term. Give me another card on the overall energy for those who are committed or wanting commitment. Ooh, the devil. Ooh. Okay, so we have the devil and the ace of swords. So the devil is keeping you confused here. It's like, I'm going to have to see why that devil's there. But I feel like a lot of you guys are realizing that there is some confusion or some toxicity here. Why is the devil there? Because the devil is anything that we're bonded to. And then we have the Four of Swords. Some of you guys who are committed or who are wanting commitment, there's this sense of being on a break. But you know what this is? This is kind of a continuation of the first spread I got, you guys. I'm not going to lie. It's just like the Four of Swords comes after the Three of Swords. I don't want to fight anymore. I don't want to reject my partner. There's this sense of just recovering from pain or heartbreak or heaviness here. So some of you maybe aren't communicating because the devil here. I feel like there could be this sense of knowing that there's some kind of toxicity in the way that you communicate with one another, and you just don't want to do that anymore. It's like, if we're going to just argue all the time, then maybe we should just not talk. That's kind of what I'm picking up on here. And it's very similar to what I was getting for the singles, for the, the axe reading. How is the other person feeling? We have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so there's this giving up. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse is like not wanting to put work into this. Some of you, there could be arguments around whether or not somebody has a job. It's almost like they feel like entitled to your energy. But what for? Because we're just going to fight, right? You're having some of you guys who are committed or who are wanting a commitment. What I'm pulling is the same that I got for the first reading, is that feeling like you're bonded to something, feeling like the communication is maybe low-key a little toxic. Right, there it is again. There's the Knight of Swords. It's that same storyline. All we do is fight. Knight of Swords. Some of you, I feel like there's a sense of somebody shutting down here because of that. It's like we don't know how to express our concerns, or instead of expressing our concerns in a healthy way, we just get into a knockdown drag out. Like it just becomes this argument. Okay. There's this cold, detached energy for those of you who are committed. And if you're not committed, if you're looking for a commitment, this is probably a past person that I'm reading for. Yeah, okay. A lot of you guys we have awakening here. I just feel like there's this understanding or awareness that something needs to change with the Judgment. It's like I'm making a last decision about this relationship. A lot of you guys, your angels are trying to talk to you. I'm sensing that your ancestors are coming through here. So there could be some generational patterns that are coming out in your relationship. Why is the Judgment here? Ace of Cups. Some of you guys are having an awareness. If you're committed, this is for the committed folks, but if you're relating to it, there's just this sense of, I want more fulfillment for myself. I'm not getting my needs met. There's this sense of I'm not getting my needs met here. And that's what the awakening here is. That's what you're assessing. This can also be a phone call. It's like you're calling your partner, or you did call your partner. Those of you, maybe if you're on a break from them, there's this sense of, I need to put myself first. I need to think about myself. My needs aren't being met here. So that's what I'm picking up on. What's the outcome here for those who are committed? King of Pentacles and the Fool reversed. Okay, so Fool reversed. There's this sense of being afraid to move on. Some of you guys, there's this sense of like you're sticking in this relationship because of fear of the unknown. But I also, because the Fool in reverse can be someone who is afraid to take a leap, afraid to start over. Some of you guys, I feel like there's this comfortability in not separating or staying together because of practicality, because the King of Pentacles in reverse is like, I want to move on from this. I'm not happy in this relationship, but I'm afraid, or maybe I don't have the money to go after what I want. And it's almost like there's this sense of ignoring the truth, because the Fool in reverse is a little bit of a cockeyed optimist. Let's see what the advice is here for this. We have the King of Cups, and then we have the Six of Swords. Okay, so I feel like balancing your emotions could really help you, because the King of Cups is somebody who knows how to manage their emotions. And with the Six of Swords, some of you guys need to move or leave, because the Fool in reverse is somebody who's like ready to go on an adventure, something like that, but is scared to. So some of you guys could be scared to leave a current relationship, but also there's this sense of not being able to control your emotions here, and having to maybe bring a little bit more gentleness, a little bit more compassion to kind of calm things down. Because with the Six of Swords, it's like, I really want peace here. And instead of having a knockdown drag out, I could learn how to express myself in a more gentle and loving and peaceful manner. So that's kind of the advice here. And that's, you know, for anybody in any kind of relationship. Maybe you're going through a divorce. Maybe you're realizing, I need to leave this person. I can't afford to do it yet. But I can still be compassionate, right? Because there's a sense of needing to be more compassionate, needing to control your communication instead of having a knockdown drag out. And then we have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, once again, this is the same reading as the X reading, okay? Some of you guys are divorced. The Queen of Swords is the divorcee, but it's also someone who's a little jaded and bitter from things that they've gone through. There's this sense of, I want to ignore the truth, and I'm lacking compassion here because I'm triggered. So a lot of you guys maybe just need to have a little more compassion. Okay. Yeah, because we have the Ten of Swords here as well. And the Ten of Swords in this deck, there's two Ten of Swords. And this Ten of Swords is like asking the ancestors to help me transmute some pain here, because I don't want to cause conflict in my relationship when there doesn't need to be any. Also, potentially, I'm not over the betrayals of my past. And that's causing me to, you know, start arguments or be triggered when I don't need to be. And so, Ten of Swords, asking your ancestors to help you transmute pain, to help you overcome trials and tribulations, and help you to be more gentle. So I think that's an important kind of way to look at things. It's, you know, the Ten of Swords is an end of thinking about things in a certain way. It's like, I don't want to ruminate anymore. Can I learn from my pain? So a lot of you guys are transmuting or alchemizing, using your wisdom to help you, and maybe having more compassion in a scenario, and try to be real with yourself, because I feel like with the devil there, some of you guys are ignoring the way that you communicate. Like there's this sort of toxic way of communicating, or not necessarily toxic, but like communicating from your shadow self without knowing, like you triggered me by saying that, and instead of expressing that properly, I lash out at you. So there's some of having to work through the shadow self here, and asking your ancestors to give you more compassion, and to maybe not be so I don't know, to just be more loving and to be less reactive. All right, let's get a hidden message. So that's for those of you who are committed or are wanting a commitment, what you need to work towards to be able to have a healthy commitment. We have unappreciated, took you for granted, didn't reciprocate your effort. Yeah, there's this sense of shutdown for those of you who are committed. It's like one person is a cockeyed optimist a little bit, another person is kind of shut down. And there's this fear of leaving and a fear of expressing yourself properly. So you could feel unappreciated. All right. And then we have just friends, won't turn into a relationship. This is for committed folks, so I don't know how that would. I want so badly to hear your voice. Yeah, I feel like some of you guys could have went on a break with someone here and they want to hear your voice. And some of you guys, I feel like there is a soul connection that maybe wasn't recognized as a soul connection because we have just friends. So for some of you, even though this is a committed, it doesn't mean it can't relate to you. So some of you were not being honest with your feelings, and that, or the other person wasn't being honest with their feelings, and it's like we're just friends, but there's more than friends here in this spread, that I was seeing like a full-on relationship with people who didn't know how to communicate their desires. So some of you guys, just friends, somebody could be afraid to express their true feelings. Aren't we all? I feel like that happens with everyone. Okay, and then let's get, things are always working out for me, even if it seems like they aren't. Control is an illusion. Cannot control how other people feel. You can't control how they communicate, or if they don't communicate, right? Okay, let's get an oracle card. We have time machine. Some of you guys, there's a sense of wishing that you could go back in time and do things right, maybe learn how to communicate a little better. So we can't go back in time, but we can look at the past through a different lens. That's kind of what I was getting with the 10 of Swords. It's like looking back on the past with a different lens, having more wisdom, maybe taking more accountability for your behaviors in the past, what led to a breakup or a separation, and taking that knowledge with you in the future so you can have better relationships. Okay. So we'll do single now. And yes, at the end, I will be pulling one card for subscribers when I'm done with all the relationship types here. So next, singles. How y'all doing out there? Okay, so for single folks, what's the overall energy for the single folks? My cat's playing with her toy and it's cute. All right, singles, overall vibe for singles. This, I'm assuming if you guys are looking at the singles portion, that maybe you just have a crush on someone. Oh, yep, as I said that, we have the Page of Swords and the Lovers. Page of Swords. So sometimes the Page of Swords is a student. Sometimes it's somebody who's just very curious. It can be known as the detective or this, the spy. They stand back, they watch, they're curious. Could have a crush on someone. With the Lovers, could be a Gemini or an air sign. This is Beauty and the Beast, though. So whenever I get this card, I tell people, go watch Beauty and the Beast, and you'll see that there's this story. It's almost like a narcissistic paradigm, because, the Beast, he does not know how to express himself. But anyways, the Lovers here to me is like a relationship will trigger certain things within you, especially if it's an intense relationship. But I just feel like singles could have a crush on someone, or I don't know, there's someone. So what is this Lovers? Six, ooh, okay. Eskimo. I don't know if you guys live in a cold place, but if not, I feel like there's this sense of wanting to give. The Six of Pentacles to me, I see that in relationships as like breadcrumbing. It doesn't have to be, but it's just like there's some kind of imbalance here. Okay, so what's the blockage for singles in love? Some of you guys could be overgivers because I'm picking up on some of you guys maybe putting up with things that you shouldn't in a relationship. That's kind of the storyline I get with the lovers in this deck, Beauty and the Beast. Yeah. Oh no. Five of Wands. I should just do a collective, you guys, because the same storyline is coming out. My cats are fighting. They're being so cute. All three of them. Yep. There's petty ego battles here. Some of you guys could have a crush on somebody who's very desirable. That's the other way that I see that. So just be careful that you don't end up in a pick me or, giving someone attention who gives you very little attention. Petty rivalry. Why is the Five of Wands here in the blockage? Seven of Wands in reverse. There's this sense of giving up. I feel like some of you guys maybe gave up on a relationship or just gave up on love. I don't know. There's this sense of giving up too early. The Seven of Wands in the upright is somebody who has convictions, but in reverse, it's just like I throw in the towel. I'm not putting effort. I'm not putting energy in, potentially because there's a lot of petty rivalry or that person has a lot of people around them. I'm not going to fight for someone's affection. That's kind of what I'm hearing. Okay, so for singles, it looks like you guys have a crush or someone on your mind. So let's see how they're feeling. Queen of, ooh, okay. I feel like if there is someone that you have a crush on, singles, I feel like they're kind of focusing on their money right now. The Temperance and the Queen of Pentacles, I feel like this person's trying to alchemize. Okay, so they might not be giving you the attention that you desire. What's the advice here? Or this is about you trying to heal your money blocks. Some of you, we have the Chariot. Okay, why the Chariot? The Six of Wands. Okay, yes, 100%. I feel like this is saying for you guys, there's some kind of victory coming in for you to not be distracted, okay? Because there's this sense of being distracted by petty rivalry. And honestly, if somebody's putting you in a pick me or if they're not giving you attention or validation, move on, okay? Focus on yourself because divine timing when it comes to love, it really is undeniable when you meet someone who is going to reciprocate. It's undeniable, right? Because there's just this sense of I don't want to have to compete. I don't want to have to put all this work in and it's almost like a burden to have to put in the work of messaging someone, keeping their attention, holding their attention. So singles, some of you guys could be like throwing in the towel, like I can't compete, I don't make enough money, like comparing yourself to other people. And I feel like spirit is saying that there's some kind of momentum that you're about to have in your life. It's going to make you feel good. And when you're aligned with what you're supposed to be doing in life, you will naturally meet people. Okay, so when you're doing good in life, when you're feeling good about yourself, you'll naturally just kind of gravitate towards people so that you're not, giving energy and attention to someone who has a lot of other options or who's just going to give up quickly. Okay, because I feel like there's a frustration with that. But we have the Chariot and we have the Six of Wands, which to me, that looks like forward momentum. So some of you guys could have more forward momentum in your dating life with people that you're curious about. Let's see, anything else in the advice here for singles? Yeah, I just feel like things are changing. There is a change in dynamics, but also a lot of you guys who are single, it's kind of telling me to go out there and make more friends, just to be seen more, okay? And don't put too much attention on one person, especially if you feel like they have a lot of people competing for their attention and they're just giving you a little bit of energy. Just spread it around, okay? There's nothing wrong with dating multiple people. It's just the time for you to go out and be seen, especially because we have the Chariot and the Six of Wands. That's like victory. That's like, leading by example in relationships. There's this dating coach on YouTube and he talks about leading by example. So you talking to people the way that you want them to talk to you, but also getting out there, being seen more, just having more fun because it's attractive. It's attractive. And I say this all the time when I come on here and I talk about, people who are single. It's just like you have to be confident and it's really important. Don't be afraid to flirt, okay? So, singles, go out there. I feel like you're going to have more victory if you go out in the world and have fun and connect to people that way and don't give just one person all of your attention. That's kind of what I want to say here because I feel like once again you guys maybe are in this energy of wanting to give up because it's too hard to compete for one person's attention. And the 10 of cups. Oh, I love that. A lot of you guys are manifesting more abundance, also happiness. The 10 of Cups is a happy family. So, find your tribe, find your tribe of people. It's like follow the yellow brick road. I think that you guys are going to find your tribe. You're going to find things are going to change for you for the better. And it's almost like this sense of learning to just be happy, whether or not you're attached to someone, is really, really important. Even if you're in a relationship, if you're not happy, a relationship won't make you happy. Okay, hidden message from maybe someone that you have a crush on. A surprise awaits you. I say this all the time. Like when you align with your destiny, when you're just out there vibing and having fun and, succeeding in the thing that you do, that's when you meet someone and it comes in as a surprise. So, a surprise awaits you, a surprise in your dating life, a surprise turn for the better, especially if you're about to give up, because that's usually when it happens. Because the law of attraction, when you chase after something, it runs from you. When you just are like, submit, I'm just going to have fun, I'm just going to enjoy myself, I'm going to date around, that's when it happens. Situationship only connects when it's convenient. Yeah, I was picking up on some of you guys maybe connecting with a breadcrumber situationship. So letting situationships go. Honestly, when you're single, sometimes you get attention starved and you just kind of give in, submit to certain situations. But those relationships distract you from what could be the 10 of cups. So let go of situationships. If you know you're being breadcrumbed, nope. Okay. Yeah, don't self-sabotage with situationships, you guys. I am becoming a better person because of you. So some of you guys were a lesson to someone, somebody here who maybe didn't put in a lot of effort or put you in a pick me. And I feel like you're becoming a better person, singles. I just get this sense of you, investing in yourself and having more fun. Okay, let's get a motivation message. Let go or be dragged to the next evolution of your consciousness. Yes, singles, if you don't let go of that past person, you're never going to meet the new one. Okay, let me get an oracle card for the singles. Oh, there's two coming out. Birds of a feather, I told you. So a lot of you guys having more friends that are like-minded is going to lead you to a partner or a better person. I say this all the time. Sometimes when you just hang out with your friends and you meet new people and you're just out there, you find your tribe and one of those people sticks with you. So birds of a feather, finding your tribe, singles. Okay. So now we're doing Lgbtqia. And then we'll do open, and then I will take questions or pull cards. One card for subscribers. Okay, so those of you LGBTIA or who just maybe need another message, let's see overall energy. The Fool. So I sometimes see the Fool as somebody who is into the same sex, but there's this wanting to explore. The Fool sets out on an adventure. So you're wanting to have an adventure. Some of you guys are ready for new love here. Ace of Cups. I keep getting, because we're going to be in the year number 1, we're not in 2026 yet. That starts in Aries season. This is Aries energy, which starts in March, April. And because it's 2026, numerologically, it breaks down to 1. So there's this sense of wanting to feel fulfilled from the inside. And I feel like you guys are no different. Wanting a new beginning, wanting to feel fulfilled within yourself. That's that self-love card. There we go again. 3 of Cups, getting out more. I feel like all of the signs are wanting to just get out more. IRL. Okay. So what's the blockage here for LGBTQIA? Having fun, going out, mixing it up. Money could be tight. So there's this sense of overspending or overgiving. Give me another card in the blockage. We'll see the other person's energy. Contamination. Ooh, a lot of you guys have been healing in silence. This is the Hermit card. This is the first time it came out in today's live, but we're still in the Hermit. We're still in Hermit energy. We're still in year number 9. 2026 hasn't started till March. So there's this sense of healing. There's this sense of healing and learning to enjoy yourself more. Whether you're in a relationship or not, there's this, you know what, I'm going to just do me. I'm going to vibe with myself and maybe just go have some fun, right? But also alchemizing. I feel like a lot of you guys have been healing like more than you realize, because the temperance comes in when we are starting to learn to alchemize or balance the dark and the light, the feminine and the masculine, but also healing in silence, healing with yourself, which is actually really good. Learning to trust yourself. Okay, so who surrounds you right now? I don't know. 5 of Wands, petty rivalry, arguments, ego battles. 5 of Wands has been coming out in all of the readings. So people are just fighting. Okay, so 7 of Cups. I feel like there is this sense of, I just want to be single because I'm tired of the drama. Or I just want to spend time with myself. I'm tired of the drama. I'm tired of the pettiness. 7 of Cups. There's this sense of fantasizing about a better life for yourself. And, you know, like maybe you guys want to buy a house or something like that because you see he's at work and he's fantasizing about a house. So I feel like you guys are thinking about a better life and wanting to end the drama. Some of you could have spilled coffee on your hand or something like that. This is also like not repeating past mistakes. Okay. And I feel like the 2025 was all about shedding the skin and not going back to relationships where there's just fighting and pettiness, right? It's like, I don't want to go back to that. I want to envision my future and see what good things are to come. Because when I look back in the past, all I see is drama, and I don't want that anymore. So I feel like everybody's kind of in this same energy. And I don't know who you're surrounding with. I feel like you guys are probably on the same page here with wanting something new. Yeah, aliens. Okay, the Lovers. So because we have aliens on here in this deck, the Lovers is about falling for someone who's different from you. And that's what the obstacle is. So for some of you, you could have been connecting with people who think differently than you, and that causes a lot of disagreements. And it's almost like I'm in this energy of, I just want to fantasize about my future and I don't want to deal with the arguments. I don't want to deal with the disagreements. You know, we're too different, or we don't think the same way. We don't have the same values. The Lovers is really when there is just a major obstacle and you have to choose the relationship all the way for it to work. Why is the Lovers here? So yeah, don't be afraid of loving someone who's different from you. Differences are good. This is also talks about being afraid of people of the opposite gender. I mean, this is the LGBTQIA. You know, love is love. Gender is fluid. King, Knight of Swords, and the Void. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like you guys are closing a chapter out. Even though a relationship is strong, or a particular person that you are connecting with, you have a strong connection with them, some of you could be realizing that maybe it's just too dysfunctional. And, you know, the Void, it's like slowing down, because the Knight of Swords keeps coming out, and the Knight of Swords is a warrior, but here the Knight of Swords is an intellectual. So some of you guys could be demisexuals, but there's this sense of wanting to harmonize with somebody who thinks the same way as you and maybe feeling like you're too different, some of you. So, but I feel like there's a chapter being closed here, and I feel like you guys are learning to feel good about a chapter being closed. Yeah, like, yeah, there's a lot of attraction, but there's so much arguing. I don't want that. Okay, what's the advice here? A lot of you guys I feel like there's a move for you guys. We have the Tower, sins of the ancestors. So this is really about breaking generational trauma. But also, I think there's a move for some of you, because we have the Seven of Cups. Some of you guys are thinking about buying a house or getting a house or moving. Whenever I see the Tower, I always think there's a move. So if you guys were living with someone, I feel like you don't want to live with them anymore. There's this realization that there's too much bickering, there's too much fighting, and there's something better out there for me. And the Tower is divine intervention. The Tower destroys something that's not meant to be there. So if there's anything that's being cleared away, it's preparing you for something bigger and better. And for some of you, it's a new house. Okay, anything else? Four of Wands. Yeah, I'm telling you, a new home is in the future for a lot of you guys. A lot of you, if you're single right now, I just feel like your next partner, you're going to live with them. If you're currently living with someone, you could move. So I feel like the next relationship, there could be someone who's completely different from you. And I don't know if you're, this is a general reading, but some of you guys were with someone who was different from you and there was a lot of arguing. Some of you guys are learning to accept other people's differences, because sometimes when we overcome generational trauma, we have to learn to attract people who are not our type, because when we date people who are our type, that's our trauma. So either way, I just feel like there's this sense of you guys moving, or the next person that you're going to be with, you're going to move in with them, something like that. The Tower, the Four of Wands, the Seven of Cups, thinking about where you're going to move, where you're going to live, or if you want to move in with a partner in the future, you could do that. I just feel like that's for the future. Seven of Cups. Okay. If it isn't about a move, it's just about you guys releasing something that maybe was super dramatic, okay? Because it's almost like we got into a major fight and I moved out, or we got into a big fight and now I'm just fantasizing about someone else, okay? All right, let's get an oracle. Shining through. Shining through. I feel like you guys are becoming more at peace with yourself and accepting yourself more, and that's drawing people to you. Shining through. All right, let's get a hidden message from your person. Commitment. I want you to be a part of my future. A lot of you guys, LGBTQIA, are going to be committed with someone. You're going to move in with them. Commitment there. A lot of you guys are getting into a commitment here. I think it's a new relationship though. So if you haven't met them yet, you're going to probably move in with this next person. Trust issues, too scared to let you in. So you could have been dealing with someone who had trust issues. Attached, not over an ex. Okay. How y'all doing? Get a motivation message. It's not a crash out. It's a breakthrough. Towers. And we literally had the Tower. So I was saying that if something like fell apart, because there's a lot of arguing or fighting, that's kind of the same message I'm getting for all the signs. It's meant to fall apart. Okay. It's meant to lead you somewhere else. Some of you we're just connecting with someone who's too different and you could never get on the same page. That's just for some of you. Okay. So now anybody If y'all are still there, if you guys have a question or if you want a card, now's the time. Now's the time to get your questions in. How y'all doing? The chat is open for anyone who has a question for the tarot. If not, I'm just going to get on out of here, you guys. I'll put the timestamps up for those of you who want to go back. Okay, guys, I'm going to end the chat there. I will see you next time. I'll put the timestamps up, and I'll see y'all later. Have a great day. Oh, good luck. Did you want a card? Did you want a card pull? Good luck, givers, takers. I'm just starting to bring back the free questions, so I don't know. You're very welcome. It just kind of, I should just do a collective, because whenever I do these all signs, it's like one message comes through. You guys are tired of fighting. You know what? I put the cards in the wrong deck. Okay, I'm going to end the live there if nobody wants a card pull. I'll see you all tomorrow.